And also a big thank you to the members of Carlow Town Council for supporting wholeheartedly this project from a vision to its reality. I would also like to extend a thanks to McDonald Town Clerk and all the staff of Carlow Town Council who have assisted us over the years. And speaking of, as the colleague mentioned, that we do have 2 temporary exhibition galleries, and afterwards by all means wander through the building. 3 of our galleries are presently opened. Our 4th will reopen again next Friday to the public. By next Thursday night, Thursday the 5th of June, we will welcome Micheál Murphy to open our new exhibition, which is in association with Glór Carlow, and it deals with the Irish language in Carlow over the past 125 years or so. As mentioned, since 1946, the Carlow Historical Archaeological Society have been involved in many aspects of Carlow's history and heritage. Tonight honours the Society and its members who had the vision to open and operate the museum in December 1973. Please welcome to address you and to then unveil a special plaque to honour those who founded the museum, the President of the Carlow Historical Archaeological Society, Mr. Pat Purcell.
Thank you, Dermot. Carlow Town Council, Chairperson of the Museum Board, and friends. We wish also to extend a special welcome tonight to the founding members, the 9 founding members of the Carlow County Museum. Tonight with us we have Kevin Kennedy and Eddie McDonald. Due to illness we cannot have Jim Moran and Seamus Murphy, and we have representatives of the other members who are now deceased: Alec Burns, Michael Dooley, Brendan Nolan, Pat Purcell and Bill Kelly. The creation of a county museum was an ambition from the Old Carlow Society since its foundation in 1946, and in fact the second issue of Carlow, which appeared in January of 1948, carried an article, "Why a Local Museum?" It was considered and discussed many years afterwards, but it was to be a quarter of a century before 9 members that I've just mentioned basically said, "We've talked long enough, let's go and do it." And they just did precisely that. They did it. They did, to use this modern phrase we hear all the time, they did all the heavy lifting. They secured the premises, they gathered artefacts, they obtained display cases, and they painted the premises and arranged the display. And in Carlow in 1973, the then Secretary, the late Sean O'Leary, described painting the premises as in very pleasing colours, which I'm sure was at the forefront of the minds of the people who did it. It was opened in the Old Academy, which is farther up College Street from where we are tonight, in the grounds of the old CBS school. Their involvement didn't cease with the opening. Over the years afterwards, they staffed it during opening hours. They collected further material, both in the Old Academy and then, as has already been mentioned, when the museum moved to the Town Hall and at the end of the 1970s. And in fact, that rota of staffing went on for many years afterwards, and as a raw recruit, I spent many a Sunday down there, huddled over if I remember rightly, the heating was turned off at the weekend in the Town Hall building, which meant that Sunday you were sort of perched on a 1-bar electric fire trying to make do with it. But we got through it, and the road to maintain the museum opened and also with 4 schemes right at the very end until the Carlow Town Council took it over. The museum these men created was a county museum, and still is, a community museum. One which, if you look around you, I'm always impressed by, it remembers the lives of ordinary people, generations of ordinary people of Carlow Town and County. Another buzzword that we hear a lot of today is volunteerism. But I would stress that those 9 people who founded this museum, they wrote a manual. They just illustrated by the dint of hard work and commitment what can be done when enough determined people want something done. And in conclusion, that I hope that these 9 people, when the survivors will look back, they would appreciate that this museum, which is a lovely museum which we have today, is a fitting realisation of their dreams and ambitions back in the early 1970s. The Society is immensely proud of what they achieved, and building on that, we will support this museum in whatever way we can into the future. Thank you. So at this stage then, we use great pleasure to unveil this plaque, which will appear in our museum dedicated, read it for you, in grateful appreciation of a group of members of the Old Carlow Society, now the Carlow Historical Archaeological Society, who through dedication and perseverance founded the Carlow County Museum, which opened on Sunday, December 2nd, 1973. Alec Burns, Michael Dooley, Bill Kelly, Kevin Kennedy, Eddie McDonald, Jim Moran, Seamus Murphy, Brendan Nolan and Pat Purcell.
And just to say that's the end of the function, and obviously congratulations to the Carlow Historical and Archaeological Society, and indeed a debt of gratitude to those family members all those years ago. The plaque will in due course be displayed in our front hall as you came in for all to see, and I'd like to thank you all for coming to see this special occasion. We'll have refreshments at the end of the room, and as I said, take a wander through the building and enjoy the facility that's here. And could I ask that Kevin, Eddie and one representative from the founding members' families might come forward for some photographs with the plaque. Thank you very much.